All right, moment of truth. Ready? Yeah. No. What's up, you guys? I'm finally back in town, back in the backyard, ready to fix the 350Z. I was actually out of town for an entire month. You guys just didn't know it because I was uploading videos consistently, so, fooled the internet. But anyway, the last time that I drove my car, I'm sure you guys remember, this coolant fitting ruined my entire day. It popped out of the head and dumped all my coolant on the ground. Couldn't drive my car home like that, had to get my car towed home, and then we basically tried to come up with a game plan of what we were going to do about this because I can't find another one of these and this is super loose in the head. So we had a bunch of options. I honestly cut a lot of the options out of the YouTube video when we were talking about it just because I didn't want it to get too confusing for everybody and throwing around so many different game plans and stuff like that. But I didn't mention this in the YouTube video, but what I decided to do is to buy an AN fitting that is very close to the size of this. So I got this AN fitting, and what the plan is for a temporary solution is to tap this fitting into the head where this belongs. The reason that I decided to do that is just because I want as much seat time as possible. I have not had a lot of seat time in this car, and honestly, I am sick of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap this fitting into the head, but unfortunately, we don't have the correct size tap. So we're gonna do this tomorrow. We're gonna try to source the correct size tap for this, but today what we still need to do is we need to pull the intake manifold off and change the blow-off valve, because I also got a very pretty new blow-off valve. This is actually the same blow-off valve that we put on my car that we borrowed from Steven's car. I just wanted to get the exact same one because I know that his works well and I like the noises that I make when I had his blow-off valve on my car. So like I said, this is going to be a very temporary solution. What I'm planning on doing before competition season starts, we're going to pull the engine out of this car anyways, just to go over it, do a once over everything, clean up some stuff, make it as easy as possible to work on. So when we do that, I'm going to have this fitting TIG welded where this fitting will be for now. So this is a temporary solution, like I said, just gonna tap this in for now. Not today, probably tomorrow. But regardless, we have a lot of wrenching to do. We gotta take off that intake manifold, also have to replace the blow-off valve. So just gonna do that today, make as much progress as we can, and then tomorrow hopefully we have the correct tap for this and we can get my car up and running again so I can finally get some seat time. So let's get to wrenching. Alright, I already started taking off the intake and the MAF setup. While I do that, Steven's here already. He's going to start taking off the intake manifold because I've been avoiding that like the plague. So, thank you for that. Good luck to you, sir. Alright, you guys, so I just got this blow-off valve off and prep to put the new one on, and something that I noticed is the O-ring has a huge tear in it. I just broke it. Alright, great. Well, this O-ring was obviously broken when I took it off, so that's not good. I'm glad that we have another one of these. Well, in the time that I was taking off the blow-off valve, Steven got the whole intake manifold off. Thankfully, I got metal gaskets when I first did my engine swap, and I made sure to replace all the gaskets, so we should be good with that one. Steven already got the upper intake manifold off, so now we can get to working on this. Dang, you're already getting the lower intake manifold off. I was over here doing all this vloggy stuff, trying to put the blow-off valve on, and you're already taking the lower one off. So much more room.
Just a move.
Oh, no. I thought you were a professional. What the?
One ground.
Oh, it smells like fuel. It smells so good. Alright, now that Steven's got that intake manifold off, we have so much more room in here to tap this fitting back here. We're gonna have all the room in the world. Alright, so we're pretty much done for the day here. We got the intake manifold off, upper and lower. We have plenty of room for that fitting. I'm actually going to show you guys that fitting. This is actually going to fit really, really perfectly in here because it's already a little bit tight and we don't even have the tap set that we need for this. And don't forget that this is a tapered fitting, so that's going to be really, really perfect. So we got the new blow-off valve on here. This is a tile blow-off valve. Got that on there, that's perfect. You got the upper and lower intake manifold off, which is perfect. The fitting fits in there perfectly, so we're pretty much done for the day. I think the only thing that we're gonna do is maybe paint some parts. I wanna paint the lower part of the intake manifold, but that's pretty much it. And then we'll come back tomorrow when we have the correct size tap for that fitting. Alright you guys, so I just finished painting all of the parts. They are dry. It is a brand new day, you guys. Yesterday we left off with a bunch of painted parts and the cold side of the engine disassembled. Unfortunately, we weren't able to tap the fitting like we wanted to yesterday because we didn't have the correct size tap. But we have the correct size tap today. So what we're going to do today is we are going to tap the fitting into the head. Finally, we're going to reassemble the cold side of the engine, but first, I have to reassemble this fuel rail. So let's get to doing that real quick and then we'll get the show on the road.
So you came here 'cause you wanna be a star, rolling into town in your daddy's old car, cruising down the street like a rolling stone.
Alright you guys, so I got the lower intake manifold, the injectors, and the fuel rail all reassembled, and that's pretty much all I can do until Steven gets here with the correct size tap to tap this fitting into the head. So I'm just gonna wait for him and then we'll get the show on the road.
5 minutes later.
Are you ready to tap this fitting?
Yeah.
Alright you guys, the time has finally come to tap this fitting. I am so excited. But just want to remind you that this is a very temporary solution. I really just want seat time and I did not want to have to pull the engine out of the car just for something as simple as a fitting. So what I decided to do temporarily is tap the fitting into the head, and I plan on pulling the engine before competition season anyway, just to clean up some stuff and like make the car that much more simplistic to work on. So when I do that is when I will have another fitting TIG welded onto the head instead of tapping this one into the head. So I'm actually very uncomfortable tapping this fitting into the head, so I think I'm going to let Steven take care of that for me just because I really don't want to tap it crooked. So I think I'm just going to let Steven handle that for me, and let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. Very temporary, but I'm excited to have the car running, so let's jump right into it.
Not a country boy with a smooth and pretty face, a sunburned body or just dropping jeans, ready to play collecting broken dreams. Hey.
Danny, you saved the day. Thank you for bringing these. Are you ready to work?
No.
Because you know you have to work when you come over here. So I stopped recording because it's getting dark outside, but we were putting the last couple pieces together, and we're probably going to call it a night from here because it's dark outside. I really didn't want to say this, but welcome to day 3. We buttoned up the engine last night. I honestly had to stop recording because it was just too dark outside and I was not getting the kind of footage that I wanted, but I want to apologize really fast for this video taking course over such a long time period. This is not usually how I like to film my videos. I like to try to get everything done in a day, maximum 2 days if I can, but if I'm honest, I have had like zero motivation to finish this car because every time that I try to fix something really simple, I've realized 20 other things that need to be done, and oh my gosh, Steven and Danny have really been pushing me along the past couple of days, to be honest with you. I think that we could have gotten this done in a day and a half if I would have just powerhoused through it like usual and started first thing in the morning and just ended when it got dark outside, but I haven't had the motivation to do that because the only thing that I want to do is drive. So It is time to get this car ready so that I can finally drive it. So what we're gonna do today is we're just going to bleed the cooling system, get it finished up, make sure that there's no leaks, and we should be good to go after that. I'm literally just gonna bleed the cooling system. I'm not gonna look at anything else. If I think that something's sketchy, it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm so tired of this. So we're gonna get straight to it. Steven's on his way here right now. We're gonna bleed this cooling system and get this over with. Alright you guys, just to give you a really quick rundown of the past couple of days because I know it's been a lot of stuff been going on. We got this new tile blow-off valve, got that connected, reconnected the MAF. We also put the upper intake manifold back on. I painted the fuel rail and the lower intake manifold, so we threw those on really quick, connected all the injectors, and finally back here, the source of all of our problems, we finally got to tap this fitting into the head. That went nice and smoothly. We also added a 180-degree fitting right here so that we could just loop this line for simplicity rather than connecting it back to the heater core. And now all we have left to do is just to bleed the cooling system and we should be good. Alright, so we just turned the car over. It doesn't look like we have any issues so far. We are looking for leaks right now. I'm just waiting for the water to get hot enough before I turn on the fan. So it's kind of just a waiting game right now, but it's going good so far. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Your blow valve is actually making cool sounds.
We got a little excited about the blow-off valve.
It sounds like mine.
Alright, I got a little excited just because my car is finally running and I haven't heard it run in so long, but my neighbors can't really complain about it too much because I gave them a whole month-long break, so. Well, everything looks pretty dry down here besides this one little spot right here, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's totally power steering fluid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is power steering fluid. My power steering fluid is literally always leaking, so other than that, everything looks really good down here, so I think we're good. Alright you guys, so we turned the car over several times, we bled the cooling system and everything is good. We don't have any leaks, which is super exciting, but Danny just pulled up, so I think I'm actually going to trick him really quick. Hello, hi. Daniel. Hi. Guess what? We have bigger problems than we think.
What?
We have rod knock.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. No, I'm totally joking. I'm not kidding.
It just sat there.
It's been sitting for a whole month. There's no way. No, we just bled the cooling system. Everything's good. There's no leaks or anything, except for my power steering, which is literally always leaking.
Okay.
So we have to figure that out.
What the f? Even my L28 doesn't run. I haven't started out in 6 months.
Alright, well there you have it. We got the car running, we got the fitting tapped. Super excited. It took us a little bit longer than I expected. It took us 3 whole days, but that's okay. Super happy that the car is running. If you guys have made it this far, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm super excited to get some seat time, so the next video that you see should be a track video. So I will see you guys very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.